Hello and welcome to Data Toboggan Cool Runnings 2022. Thank you everyone for joining, and my name is Mohammed Adnan and I have 15 plus years of experience in Microsoft technologies, and the industry experience I have is manufacturing, import and export, supply chain, construction, workforce management, and totally I have 6 plus years of experience in Power BI, and I have my own YouTube channel as well, which is Take 18, which consists of 500 plus videos mainly focused on Power Platform. I am a Microsoft MVP data platform, and I also Microsoft certified trainer and data analyst. And this is me. You can see it on this picture. You can reach out to me on these various social platforms: LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook with the name of Mohammed Adnan T. So now in today's topic, let's have a look into the agenda. So what is Power BI goals, license and prerequisites, quick info and limitations, next steps and future of Power BI goals. I have very limited time, so I just want to cover everything as much as possible. So now the Power BI goals. If most of the people are aware that Microsoft Power BI goals is now Power BI metrics. Yes, they have renamed this to Power BI metrics because they don't want to combine this together with Viva goals and Power BI goals. To avoid confusion between the users, they have renamed this as Power BI goals to Power BI metrics. So what is Power BI metrics? So you can only improve things what you can measure. So that's the main purpose of tracking something else. So this is how it will look like a sample scorecard in Power BI metrics, whereas the entire thing you can see it on the screen is called a scorecard, and inside to the scorecard you can have multiple main goals, and inside to that you can have sub goals. So let's take an example of this one. This is human resource sample, and here you can see became the best retail employer in North America is the main goal, and inside to that these are the sub goals here, and we can assign to this multiple users, and also we can define the status of each and every goal, and also we can assign the value manually, or also we can capture it from the Power BI data itself. And here you can see this trend line coming up here, and also we can set up a due date for this one. And on the top you can see this list of status you can track based on the status. So for Power BI metrics, initially it was like a premium feature, later on they have moved it to Power BI Pro feature. So every user, if you want to create Power BI metrics scorecard, then there must be an Power BI Pro license. And if you want to view a scorecard, then also they need a Power BI Pro license, unless if there is a workspace which is a premium capacity. If you want to see the sample Power BI metrics, just to understand how these things work, look and feel, then a free user can have an access to that. So there are certain prerequisites are there. You need a Power BI Pro license to author and share goals in standard workspace, that is a Pro workspace. You also need to be an admin, member or contributor role in a workspace. You also need a build permission for a dataset if you want to connect to a connected goals in Power BI. Your recipient need Power BI Pro license unless the content is in Power BI premium capacity. So what are the steps you have? So basically, if you look into the left side, there are steps here. The first is create a scorecard. You just need to give it a name, and inside to that you can create main goals, and inside to that you can create sub goals, and also you can update the tracking cycle of each and every goal, and you can share these goals to other users. So when you create a goal, there are two things. One is a manual goal, another is connected goal. So manual goal is nothing but you just give it a name and then assign to it user, and then you need to define value manually. Whereas the connected goals is either you can get the data for the target value or the current value, or both of them from your Power BI dataset. But for that you need a Power BI build permission. So what are the things you can cover here? So in the categorical data, the visual, legend, data point and axis values, we can get those things here. And also if it is a time series data, measure is calculated at the last data point in the time series and history is pulled in automatically. So this is the one. And for your quick informations, to change the status, we can set the rules or we can also define it manually. By default, the tracking cycle is on a daily basis. If you want, we can also make the changes on that. And the one important thing is the workspace roles are separate from the goal level permission roles. So usually we have admin, member, contributor and viewer role. So that's a different role what we have it in Power BI goals role. So here we have view and update. So in update, we can update either nodes, status or current value of that goal. So to give full edit access to the scorecard, assign someone a contributor or member role in the workspace. The support for automatic role based on a goal level permission, full row level security support is coming, but it isn't available yet so far. So there are certain limitations are there. One is you can create a maximum of sub goals is 4, and also about bring your own key, row level security, publish to web, apps own data for embedded licensing and B2B sharing, and also multi-geo capacity. So everything is not yet possible as of now. Maybe it will come in future. So there are other limitations also there, which is if you are using this chart, then the Power BI will pull in the measures value rather than the percentage. If you are using a percentage 100% stack bar chart, then this will just pull in the value inside to that. And if you are using a multi-row chart, then Power BI will pull in the first measure data into the Power BI goal sections. If you are using a KPI or a gauge visual, then Power BI will pull in only the value but not the target or the minimum or maximum value in these visuals. In a table with a more than one column of measures, Power BI will select the first measures in the row. So that's the default limitations. So the next thing is in Power BI metrics, we can connect to Power Automate and we can do all these kind of actions and triggers. So we can create goals, we can create check-ins, we can add note to check-ins, we can update the goals and get the goal details. So we can also set up an email kind of notification whenever there's a changes to a goals with the help of Power Automate triggers. Not only that, we can use this Power BI metrics in our Power BI report itself. So we can connect Power BI goals in Power BI as a visual, but with few limitations. Since the visual requires you to be signed in, it isn't supported in platform as a service or anonymous report embedded options. So the visual doesn't support cross filtering or highlighting like how it default visual behaves in Power BI. And you cannot connect goals to the current report until you publish the report to the Power BI service. Yeah, that's also one limitations here. And the next thing is about the future of Power BI metrics. So you can go through this website in order to understand what are the future coming up in Power BI metrics. If you are using a mobile for Power BI, then the Power BI metrics will automatically convert this into a mobile interface and easily you can do everything over there to create a goal, to update the goals and everything. So if you have any questions, please post it on the comment section here. I will be available for a few minutes. I will happy to answer your questions. If you want to connect me through social network, you can connect me through these links in LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. So that's it, my 10 minutes, and thanks everyone for joining, and thanks the event organizer.